Let's talk about fear for a second. Not the horror movie kind, the cricketing kind. The kind that creeps in the moment a bowler sees him walk out to bat. Broad shoulders, a menacing stare, and a bat that looked more like a weapon than sporting equipment. That's Matthew Hayden. Captains did not sledge him. They quietly prayed he had a rough night's sleep. He did not play cricket like an opener. He played like he was personally offended by the ball, and every shot was payback. And every so often, even by his terrifying standards, Hayden had a day when an entire world-class bowling attack simply had no answer. This is the story of one of those days. A day so violent that Hayden didn't just win Australia a cricket match. He walked away with the keys to a Caribbean island. So let's get into it. South Africa won the toss and they chose to field first. On paper, sensible. But in practice, they had just volunteered to be the visiting team at their own beatdown. Matthew Hayden and Adam Gilchrist strode out to open. And from ball one, it was clear these two hadn't come to occupy the crease. They had come to demolish it. Hayden got things rolling with the four, driven straight back down the ground of Sean Pollock. Simple, elegant, almost polite. But it was also the last polite thing he did all day, because from that moment on, Hayden simply refused to stop. The bowlers tried everything, shortened their length, went wide, did whatever the coaching manual says to do against a driver. Didn't matter. There was no plan B for the bowlers, because Hayden had already countered plan A, B and C before they had even thought of them. Take poor Sean Pollock. He made the mistake of pitching the ball up and paid for it at more than 2 runs a ball. And here's the thing. It didn't matter who was bowling. The result was almost identical. Ball meets bat. Bat sends ball to fence. Rinse and repeat. That predictability was best captured by the signature shot of the innings. And honestly, one of the most beautiful sights in cricket. The drive down the ground. It was like watching a man deliver perfectly aimed missiles. And by the time Hayden brought up his 50 of just 37 balls, the pattern was already set. And if you thought he'd take his foot off the gas after that, you clearly hadn't been paying attention. Because what followed wasn't just aggressive batting, it was a monsoon. 4s and 6s rained down relentlessly, and the South African bowling attack, usually so disciplined, started to look almost embarrassingly predictable. None of this was calculated batting. This was raw, physical dominance. Every shot carried menace. Every stride down the pitch daring the bowlers to try something different, knowing full well it wouldn't matter. And then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Hayden danced down the track and launched Graeme Smith clean over the ropes for 6, bringing up an absolutely magnificent 100. The crowd rose in applause. And even the opponents couldn't help but appreciate the masterclass unfolding in front of them. Even Pollock, usually the tightest bowler around, was powerless that day, walking away with the most expensive figures of his entire ODI career. And here's the kicker. Hayden had walked into this World Cup with a broken toe. A literal broken toe. Yet, there wasn't a flicker of discomfort as he muscled the South African bowling all over the ground, finishing with 101 runs of just 68 balls, decorated with 14 4s and 4 6s. Hayden's onslaught was the launch pad for Australia's mammoth total of 377 for 6, and it powered them to an 83-run victory, giving them 2 crucial points on their march to the Super 8s. But here's the best part. Hayden's innings was so spectacular that the people of St. Kitts decided one thing wasn't enough. He was granted honorary citizenship of St. Kitts, and because apparently World Cup 100s come with perks now, a life membership at the Royal St. Kitts Golf Club. Not bad for a man who probably still had a broken toe, right? So there you have it. The day Matthew Hayden turned a broken toe and a quality South African bowling attack into nothing more than footnotes in his own personal highlight reel. 101 of 68 balls. The fastest World Cup 100 ever struck at the time. A performance so brutal, it earned him a passport. And if you like this video, click on the video being displayed to see how one decision turned Adam Gilchrist into an ODI monster.